probably wondering, what is the stream title about? Well, so, as I am sure if you listen to my Twitch at all, you have noticed me giving a few outings to Steven and or Seed of Doom. A few rude ones. And well, that's because I have a bit of a story to tell you. So, as of recent times, I had been kind of avoiding him because he's been more of a dick. He's been more avoiding, and he's been less talkative. I would send a message, and he wouldn't receive it. Well, he has his notifications off, but I would send him somewhere where he would receive it without a doubt. He ignores it, and then ignores it. And then he also does, he would say that, like, oh, sorry, that wasn't me playing for the past few days or whatever, when it really was. Because it's been way more than just one time where it's been, woo, graphics. There's been way more than one time of this where he's just been a dick for no reason. He kept going and saying, oh, it's not me. I wasn't playing. It was someone else playing. It was probably James or whatever. But he doesn't let anyone else play on his account. At least the people at his home, he doesn't let anyone play on his account. So I know for 100% that that's all BS. Right out of his mouth. A huge steaming pile of BS. And that's the nice story that I have to say. It gets worse. So there's a girl that he likes, or I don't know if he still likes her anymore. Likes and or used to like. This girl, for the sake of privacy, I won't say who she is, but if you stuck around at all on his Twitch, I heard that there was a big, maybe a fight or something in the chat. I don't know. But that's what I know about that. But I heard there was a fight and everything. Or some title of a stream being like, yeah, broke up, whatever. But yeah, no. So basically, I will start off with this story. So, as he had been avoiding me for a great sum of some time, I got pissed off, and then I messaged him and I said, hey, listen, if you're just gonna keep ignoring me, then I'm just going to, you know, remove you from my PlayStation friends list, because that's what I do. If I don't talk to someone for a long time, I remove them just because I don't want to be stuck with someone on my friends list that I don't ever talk to or hang out with, right? That makes sense, right? So I told him this, and then he's like, oh, I'm sorry, man, blah, blah, blah. And he gives me a bunch of excuses and everything. So after he does all the excuses and the shit, he's like, hey, you want to play some Apex or whatever? And I'm like, fine, sure, yeah, let's play Apex. So then we start playing Apex. What? I don't know what that noise was, but we play and everything. Everything seems to be going fine. And then we're in the same chat with Steven's quote-unquote girlfriend. And after the chat, then me and his girlfriend, quote-unquote, are hanging out and just in a chat, just chilling. And then I start hearing the truth about Steven, the one that, you know, the true truth. So, A lot of you will lose respect for the man after I tell you what I have to say. I don't blame you personally. I really don't. So, I just need to get some handcuffs. So, basically, lady had gotten out of a divorce after a bunch of poor experiences, right? So after that, then she talks to Steven, which is her childhood friend and everything. And then he confesses love. And then she believes him. And then after all that happens, then the crappier thing happened. Because then they started dating. And then I heard that they weren't. And then I heard that they were. It went back and forth for a while. But, basically, here's what I got from what I had heard. He treated her basically just like her ex-husband treated her. Really crappy, right? Like Steven, his cousin James, ordered food, and then upon the food arriving, James said that he thought she was paying, or assumed she was paying. So then she was forced to pay because nobody else in the house had money. Steven, if you follow his channel around, you know that he basically instantly uses his money as soon as he gets it. You tell where the story is going. Any date that they've been on, anything, he's never paid for it. Nothing, right? So by this point, I've already lost every ounce of respect that I had for him. But then, so then I try messaging him a few times, trying to warn him that, hey, you're losing your girl, man. And then, because I was already not happy with him, and I haven't been happy with him for a while. So, as the day went later and later, the messages got, well, I'd rather say a little more aggravating sounding. At least, if I was in his perspective, they would have been very aggravating. But, after that, he gets angry, and then he gets in a chat with all of us, one of her friends, me, and her. And then, after that party is when he decided to completely remove me from PlayStation, everywhere that he could, basically. And it was all because I said that you're losing your girl. And then he tries to blame me for pretty much his own mistakes. So, he joins the party, right? After he joins the party, we all try to talk to him. And, you know, it's going fine. Well, not actually. He immediately gets salty and gets pissed off. Then leaves at one point. And we all were like, well, geez, okay. But she tried to talk to him about the problems that they were having, like a couple should do. Like, hey, this is my issue and I want to talk to you about it, let's solve this issue. Right? He cowered out and he left. And it's the same problem that I've had with a lot of relationships of mine. As soon as I bring up a problem, the woman runs away, full speed, full sprint, as fast as she can. Except in this time, it's backwards. This time the guy runs away, like a coward. In my eyes, Steven is no man. He has no balls. If you've ever noticed and ever had the eyes to see, I don't ever be like, hey Steven, you know what, you're my best friend. I don't say stuff like that anymore. Whenever he says stuff like, you're my best friend, I don't go back and say the same thing. Why, I wonder? Well, let's see, because he treats me like crap, and he treats his other friends like crap. Like, for example, the Kingsman crew and or Brian. Constantly makes jokes about him. Constantly makes fun of him, even if he's not there. And if you stuck around on the channel for a while, you would know that me and Kingsman have had our differences. We've had fights and arguments before. But we've gotten past them despite all of them. Because we're sensible people. So then after that, he removes me and her and everything. And you know what, honestly, I don't really care anymore. I have a headache just thinking about it. Because I've spent, quite literally, I had my head in my underwear drawer, talking to him and this girl. For hours one night. Hours. Just to try and get them squared away. And then he does this. He treats me and his other friends with such disrespect, it's disgusting. There's only one person that I can think of that he doesn't constantly trash talk, and that would be Ramrod her. Missed Ramrod her, to be specific, which is the saltiest AIDS child that I've ever seen. He still holds a grudge against me for picking up a devotion on like season 3 of Apex. Or at least I remember it as season 3. Could be a different season, I don't care anymore. But you see, that's how petty the guy is. And that's about how petty Steven is as well. My recommendation? Don't associate yourself with Seed of Doom. Because if you do, you will end up getting hurt and or regretting it in the future. So save yourself the heartache. Save yourself the pain. The guy is an alcoholic, a drunk. He does drugs all the time to try and run away and escape the pain of real life. He's about to get kicked out of his house because he treats his family like garbage. Would you be subscribed to him? Would you be following him on Twitch after you've heard all that? I don't like cutting people down or being an a-hole. That's a flying whale. But I feel like every once in a while I have to say something about I have to say something about a problem. I'm not one that can just sit down and take it. I don't care if you're my boss for a job or the best thing since sliced bread. If I have a problem with you, I will bring it up and I will talk about it. And honestly, my disappointment in the child, the boy that he is just so profound. His treatment of his friends and the people that he talks to is so incredibly poor. It's almost disgusting. Alright, now time to address what is attacking the ship. What wants to get folked? You do. That's interesting. Well, anyway. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say. the matter at hand. If you follow Seed of Doom on Twitch, or basically anything, I would recommend not doing that. You'll just end up regretting it. Don't follow him on YouTube or Twitch, because he makes money from your follows, and he makes money from you being subscribed to him. Well, he doesn't make money from subscribers on YouTube, but he makes money on the internet because people support him. But he wastes that money on liquor and drugs when he could be doing things like paying back family, or really any number of things. There's honestly almost no words that can describe my pure raw disappointment in this person that I once called a friend. This person that I've helped, that I've talked to, that I've consoled, that I thought was an ally. Honestly, the disappointment in myself for even ever calling him a friend in the first place is almost beyond recognition. That's how severe it is. And of course, I have his account and everything available to me on my PlayStation, but messing with it would be something that he would do. He'd do something like that, not me. I'm not that type of person. I'm not the type of person that goes and gets in somebody's account and destroys it. I very well could do that, but that would make me no better than him. Honestly, I had hope for him, because I once called him a friend. I wanted him to see the error of his ways, and to resolve himself, to absolve himself as well. That's what I wanted. I wanted him to do that, because it would have made him better off as a person, and as a friend to other people. But I see now that that was not within him. It wasn't within him. And be that as it may be disappointing, it is the truth. Unfortunately, the truth. But that is the dilemma of Seed of Doom and or Steven. I really have not much else to say on the matter. I think that I'm just going to play a bit of Ark for a while. Calm my nerves. Well, I probably will just go sleep, honestly. After all, it's not worth beating myself up over even being tempted to think about the poor sod. If at any point, Steven, you yourself watch this, I hope you realize that I am disappointed in you. I thought you were better than that. Better than that. Just... You've lost my respect. And you probably won't be gaining it back. I thank you, my Havel Knights and Knightesses, for watching. My Viking brothers and sisters as well. And on that note, I will end the stream. But also,